Welcome! I am Alexandra and you're listening to today's podcast. So, I saw something in the newspaper the other day and I thought I would try to find the real story behind the article. It was about 3 young boys that found a letter and a check in one of their mailboxes. Turns out it was proof of corruption at their own school. They decided to investigate on the subject. Today, I will interview all of the boys and they will give us their version of the events.
Hi, my name is Alix.
Hello, Alex. Nice to meet you. So, tell me who are the other 2 gentlemen next to you?
To my left is Tyler and to my right is Max, my 2 best friends. They were with me during this long journey.
Okay, now tell me how this all started.
Well, 20 years ago, Tyler and I were just 14-year-old boys and Max was 1 year younger than us. We lived in a poor neighborhood and we got a scholarship to go study at Collège Saint-Anne. At first, it was only me and Tyler until I found the letter and the check in my mailbox. Then I told him about it. I have it with me right now, so I will read it to you. Dear teachers, here are the checks with $5,000 for each of you. You must give my daughter, Chloe, higher than 85% at every exam and project. You know what happened with Neil Thompson and John Cooper. If I found out that you told someone, our deal is over, and so is your life. Have a wonderful day!
M.O.M. Tyler, did anyone try to find the letter?
Yes, the police came to our neighborhood asking people if they found a letter in their mailbox that wasn't addressed to them.
Alex, did the police suspect you?
Well, my aunt told them that I found something this day, but she didn't see the threat that I saw in the police.
They also offered money and a reward to the person who would bring it back to them, but we didn't trust them. So we asked Max for his help. We needed him to hide it for us. He lived in the poorest place of our neighborhood, and Alex knew he would keep it and no one would suspect him of anything. At first, I didn't like this whole thing. The letter, the money, hiding it from the police, and most of all, I did not trust Max at all.
Because I didn't know him. And Max, how did you feel about that? In the beginning, I was surprised that people would come talk to me, because they usually ignored me and pretend I don't exist, since I was a poor orphan. However, I was glad I had an opportunity to make money and new friends. We decided to search information about who was M.O.M., Neil Thompson, and John Cooper. So we borrowed Vincent Murphy's computer, the school's psychologist that I was visiting. And we found out that the student, Chloe Richard, was the daughter of the mayor of Montreal, and that was the meaning for the initials M.O.M. As for John Cooper, he was in prison, and Neil Thompson was killed. I read in the article that you got taken by the police. Is that true?
Yes, I was talking to Tyler when, surprisingly, the police came and put me in their car. They took me to the police station and beat me up because they wanted answers that I wasn't going to share. I lied, and at some point I even started to believe the lie that I never got anything in my mail. The officers gave up and let me go, and I ran like I never did before.
Tyler, what did you do after Alex came back?
Well, I went to see the school nurse because we were pretty close and I told her I wanted to go see my grandfather for his birthday. In reality, I wanted to go see John Cooper to ask him questions. She accepted and I got the answers I needed. John Cooper had been framed by the mayor and his nephew, Neil Thompson, was killed by someone in her entourage because they tried to show the mayor's true intentions to everyone.
What were you doing, boys, when Tyler was away?
Max and I went to the mayor's property and talked to a nice security guard. He told them that he heard that Neil Cooper stole money from the mayor by taking the money the mayor was offering and not giving her daughter good grades, because he was a teacher and a houseboy at the same time. He planned to get away with his 6 children, but didn't get the chance. Before he went to the police station, he hid the money and left hints for someone to find it. No one in particular.
Was it too dangerous to stay in your neighborhood? Yes, and that's why we had to live in a small hideout near the waterside where we hid and made plans.
While I was in the prison, John Cooper wanted to give me his Bible. He said that it would help us, and a guard, Hunter, promised us he would give it to us later outside the prison, but he wanted $2,000 in exchange.
At night, while Alex and Tyler were sleeping, I went to school and found Vincent Murphy's credit card. I already knew his password, because he bought me ice cream once and didn't hide his code very well. I took it and went back to our hideout.
After we had the money, I went to a bar to make the exchange with Hunter, and I started to run, but he grabbed me, so I took a plate and shattered it on his face. Then, I ran back to the hideout safely.
The police found our hideout and chased us. While trying to escape, we saw a bus, so we decided to jump in it, and the police finally lost us.
We knew we had to search for the brightest light at night. The hint that we found in the Bible said, "Go to the map ref where we fish and look for the brightest light, my child."
So we went to the lighthouse. It took us a while to find it, and we saw a young girl named Leah Thompson. She was Neil Thompson's daughter, and she was waiting for her father inside her hiding spot. She had the key to the lighthouse and the safe, but she thought it was only for the lighthouse.
We figured out the fact that the key could open both of the locks, and we found the money inside the safe.
Then, all of us went back to our neighborhood and put the money in the mailboxes for people to take it, since people were poor and they really needed it there.
We went to an orphanage with different names, pretending to be cousins, to hide from the police because we couldn't go back to our old neighborhood. Unfortunately, we didn't get adopted, so at 18 years old, we left the orphanage to buy an apartment and got jobs. When we finally got financially stable, we went to many poor countries to help those in need, and now here we are.
Wow, what a great story! Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for allowing us to share our story.